Hello everyone, Busy Gamer Dad back again, going to be continuing our 7th Saga long play. Thank you very much for those who have been with us on the entire journey or have just picked it up. I appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule to take a look at this video. Like, comment, subscribe if you want to stay up to date with any more of the Busy Gamer Dad antics, where I show you out there in viewer land that you too can be a older gamer and still find time to game and unwind and have fun. 7th Saga, if you don't know, is a Super Nintendo game. I'm playing it on the original hardware that I have. It's struggling a little bit, but we got it. We got it to work. We got it to work. 7th Saga is one of those games that's from Enix before it became Square-enix, which is the popular, game company now that made all the Final Fantasies. You definitely see a lot of the hallmarks, the seeds, as it were, for what they were going for with the game. Here, we have last episode, we have completed our adventure with the. We've basically fought a giant Tejuan monster. And we kind of housed him. I'm not gonna lie, we kind of killed him pretty quick, and I was actually kind of impressed and grateful that we were at the level we were at to kill him. And we did the off-screen grinding to get to the appropriate level to get all the gear that we needed to do that. Now we're on a new continent. We took the airship because literally after we defeated that monster, the boss, it blew up the island. Like no joke. Like it sank the whole continent. So I can't quite remember where we gotta go. I know there's a town somewhere. Is it you? I can feel the presence of sorrow somewhere on this continent. This force is becoming weaker. We must hurry. Okay, so we have to find sorrow on this continent. I have no idea. There is a woman who claims she can communicate with sorrow. So that's the woman there, I'm assuming? Right? Nope, that's the house of healing. We don't need none of that. We don't need none of that. No house of healing for us. It's been a little while since I played. I'm sorry. I'm trying to reaffirm where I am. All the residents have been evacuated the airship. Now search for a new homeland. Okay, great. Awesome. So, yeah. That's good. That's good. Everyone's alive and well. So we have to search the continent for sorrow? Maybe that's what we got to do? I'm assuming. Do we go in this door? Is this where the weapons master was? Yeah, this is where the weapon and armor shop was. And we do not need any of that stuff, I don't think. I will double check, though. I will double check just to make sure. Because this is one of those games that likes to sneak little upgrades in if you're not paying attention. Yeah, okay, we've got that one. Won't be any better. That's fine. And then, I don't think Lux can do anything. Oh, Lux gets the black? Will increase defense power by 18? Oh, my. We have a new goal. We have a new goal. I didn't realize that. Yep, see, like I said, it sneaks little things in there. Okay, so we gotta find that for Lux. We gotta get that for our boy Lux. And then, let's see here. Yeah, we already have the Kryn for Lux, but we don't have that armor bit. So we gotta get that. So yeah, Tejuans are Tejuans are robots, which is what Lux is. In the story arc of the game, he was one of the last Tejuans in operation, because there was a time hop inside the game where we are in the past. So there was, I think, like a 4,000 year or 1,000 year time hop, whatever, significant time hop. And in that future, we were, oh my god, that's terrifying. I don't know if that's a crab or a mushroom. I want to see how hard it is to hit this thing with just physical attacks. Okay, so it's got a pretty big health pool. Lux is our physical attacker. It uses ice magic, which is not good for us because we also use ice magic, which means that he's probably got a defense against ice magic. But let's give it a try. Yeah, so that's usually we're doing about 180. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't know if this is a mushroom or a crab, but it's terrifying. Anyways, Lux is a Tejuan. He is a robot that is super advanced, but they lost the technology to essentially build them. And us in the past are kind of like, oh, that's why, because of us. Oh, it is a crab, literally a crab. Okay, cool. Yeah, so in the confines of the game and where we were at, we have him as our. Oh, yeah. See, that's my game just kind of struggled there. Like I said, it's one of those things where I'm going to be so upset if we lose our save. I'm going to be so upset. Super Nintendo doesn't really lose saves, but I'm going to be so upset if my game craps out. We have fought the guy on the left before. I don't remember what they're called. But I do believe they use instant death spells, so we're going to focus that guy down. We might be able to. Yeah, I was hopeful that we would one-shot him. Can you? You can. Nice. Awesome. And then we're gonna get turned into a rock. Nope, didn't work. Cool. Awesome. But yeah, so that's kind of the high notes of the game right now where we're at. Doing a little bit of a weird recap, I know. But basically, we are in the past trying to find the gods, goddesses, the powers, the ultimate evil, the ultimate good. Sorrow is the good goddess, god, and Gorcia is the evil one. And so we've got to try and, basically save the world. That whole kind of trope, as it were. I will say that we are sitting pretty good with where we're at. I'm actually kind of happy with the amount of damage that we're doing, the amount of damage that we receive. Yeah, ghouls. Okay, yeah, so that tracks. I'm glad that we were able to get as much damage as we are downrange. I don't feel like we're weak right now, but I want to make... Oh, this is a new monster too. Let's see. I want to make sure that we stay ahead of the curve. That's the big struggle with this game, is the fact that you can feel powerful one town and you walk to the next and it's a whole different animal. You literally just get trounced. And this game is unapologetically, unabashedly difficult to the players who do not level up their characters. So if you don't level up your character, you're setting yourself up for failure. And you can do solo runs too. You don't have to have a companion. I found it very easy to pick up a companion. Serpint. Not a serpent, a serpint. So yeah, there are solo runs. There's 7 characters to choose from inside the game. Should you want to pick any one of them, they run the gambit of what your typical characters and caster are. I'm gonna hold off. I'm gonna defend. I'm just gonna... Yeah, Lux doesn't really have good defense. But I'm gonna save some of my magic points. Stop turning my physical attacker into a rock. It's really kind of annoying. I mean, if you're wasting your turn to do that, then I suppose that's okay. Because we do have Asuna, even though she's the middle ground caster, the red mage, as it were, she can cast light and dark magic spells. She does have a pretty good physical attack as well. Not super strong, but it's okay. It's okay. That's because we also took the time to buy those equipment pieces. Get her the latest and greatest weapons for herself. All right, now, am I gotta go out here? I don't gotta go out there. I don't know where I gotta go. We are looking for a town on this new continent. No idea where to go, what to do with it, and I'm okay with it. I'm bringing you along on the journey just to kind of show where... All right, so we know I'm actually probably going to turn around and go back to the ship and stay at the inn. Save myself some of the headache. I'm going to defend, and then you attack. Oh, I didn't defend, did I? Yeah, I didn't think I defended. I need to defend this round. Ouch, big damage. Defend and defend. So the physical attacks against Lux do... Oh, yep, see, this is why I want to go back to the airship. Because I had a feeling that we were going to run the gambit of being... Or not run the gambit, run the risk of being out here too long, essentially. And the game shall be like, none shall pass. And it's like, alright, fine, if you say so. So let's get ourselves back over to the ship. And you can see the monsters on the map. They're just kind of hoarding us. Ah! We almost made it. We almost made it. On the map on that crystal ball. Thankfully that still works. Oh, we fought this guy before. Okay, so this isn't gonna be too terrible. He's still gonna... Yeah, see. he wants no part. He wants no part. That's a monster from like the previous zone. So, a previous area. So yeah, he wanted no... He didn't want the smoke. Alright, let's get down here. Go back around. We're probably gonna have another 3 fights, and that's... Maybe 3 fights too many. Defend. Glad I defended. And defend. I'll have you attack. Good attack. And she died. That sucks. I'm gonna have you do that. That's 1,200 gold. When we're trying to save up for something, that's a lot of gold to burn through just because you didn't want to heal yourself. So I'm a big dumb. And now he's gonna heal himself up to full. Defend and defend. Yeah, so this game, like I said, it just doesn't apologize. You are always at risk. It's like I've equated it many times throughout the series to being like a Dark Souls-esque kind of RPG, where it's if you are not doing the things to give yourself the biggest success rate, you will die. You will. And when you die in this game, you lose half your gold, which is a huge penalty. You may not think it's a huge penalty, but it's a huge, huge penalty. Especially when you've seen the later part in the game, all the equipment and stuff like that costs quite a bit of money, and your fights only give you basically half in experience. So if you're getting a fight that's 1,000 experience, it's only going to be like, or maybe even a quarter. Like if it's 1,000 experience, it's going to give you 300 gold. So yeah, you gotta unfortunately take those hits and be able to bounce back. Now the good news about this game is that even though it is difficult in that vein, there is some counterplay to certain things. Unfortunately, there's not counterplay to everything. Some of the things that don't have counterplay are the instant death attack spells. There is a little bit of counterplay, like some of them you can get items that will basically negate them entirely, but that's it's not a 100% chance. Spells in this game usually are very fickle, so you want to make sure you're doing what you can to increase your opportunities for success. We ourselves have access to the instant death spells, but they are very costly, very, very costly. And yeah, so that's where I'm at. Well, I'm trying to do it. Yeah, 12 damage, nice, good. Yeah, see, so like half the gold is experience, so we can get there. It's just going to take a little bit of effort, and that's okay. I'm still going to keep going, still going to keep walking around, see what I can see. Especially if I keep on getting these singular fights, because these are actually quite manageable. They're not super terrible. The ice spells, they are ouchy. They're no lie, they are ouchy. Yeah, especially there is elemental resistances inside the game, depending on the pieces of gear you get. There's a walkthrough that I have been using, but I only use it very sparingly. And I say that because I actually haven't used it in quite a while, so I don't even know what I've missed. This game, it's very not hand-holding. It is very non-traditional in that regard, where you as the player can scour the land for all the gubbins that you can pick up. Anything that's not nailed down. Where is this? I guess I have to go to the right. But they're in non-traditional spots as well as traditional spots for all these things that are in the town. So, or in dungeons. So you've got to be very cognizant that you are going to miss something without a guide, and accepting that you're going to miss something without a guide. And that's okay. That's just what happens sometimes. I'm going to have Lux actually attack you. Oh no, that's terrible actually. That's quite terrible. I'm going to focus on that, finish this guy off, and then I'm going to have Lux defend. Good, okay, I'm glad that he did that. Now I'm going to actually use... So, being that Asuna walks the line between defense and... light and dark magic, she has access to both sides of the spectrum of spells. So I'm able to give him his defense back, which is kind of important because Lux without his defense is very, very squishy, believe it or not. Very squishy. Puts him on par with Asuna, if not someone else, like Velsu, who is the white magic caster. For physical damage, too. I'm going to have you cast heal 3. And that's going to be a full heal for him. And then I'll have Lux do a defense. Nice, that's good. And defend. Good dodge. For all her physical weakness, Asuna is the fastest character in the entire game. So she usually goes before any of the monsters go, if she's an appropriate level for the place. So keep that in mind. Oh, jeez, so much. That monster was just like, I'm going to go north. No, just kidding. Turning around. This one crab was just like, haha, I fooled you. And that's fine. I mean, again, we need the experience. I want to stay ahead of the curve as much as possible. I absolutely don't mind these fights. So we'll defend. Good dodge. So yeah, every hit is about 60 damage there. Every hit is about 100 damage there. Never mind, Lux turned into a rock. It's just going to take a little naparino. That's fine. That's okay. Oh, that's gonna hurt a lot. Yep, that's gonna hurt a lot. Alright, we got him dead. We got him dead. I think I'm gonna use an herb. Oh, no, no. Well, we got a level up. That's pretty good. Alright, so HP, MP, Power 1, Guard 2, Magic 4. Magic 4, Speed like 3. Speed 4. Okay, I'll take it. I'll take it. That's gonna be all the more potent, but we're not... Oh, and Lux level at the same time. That's a rare occurrence. That's a rare occurrence. 7 HP, 3, Power 3, Defense 3, Defense 5. Nice. Guard 5 is awesome. And then Speed, I would like to have a little bit more speed, but he's already going pretty quick, so that's okay. That's okay. What do I want to do? I want to actually go in here. I want to actually use an herb. Potion. Potion 3. Yep, all HP. So that saved us 34 MP just using that potion. But potion 3s are not cheap either. So, again, it's one of those games that's out there that you've got to... Like, spells and magic are really nice, and they get replenished at the inn for 10, 20 bucks. But you also, when you're out in the field and you don't know where you're going, if you burn through all of your magic, like if you're not grinding, you know what I mean? Then you're running the risk of setting yourself up for failure. Let's see, can you pop him? Ah, no, darn it. So I'm going to go to the left first, and we'll see what we can do. Yeah, okay, good. So I got a little bit of a fun little game you can play with your kids. I like to do dad jokes or dad riddles or puns and stuff like that. One of... I'll go to the right then. I guess I'll go to the right because there's a mountain range to the left. So here's a little bit of a riddle. You start the conversation with, okay, I want to ask you a couple of questions. And your kids will be like, okay, fine, what? And you can say, I just want to know, we're going to do the opposite. You ready? Opposite game. All right, what's the opposite of up? They say down. What's the opposite of hot? Cold. All right, what's the opposite of anything? What's the opposite of I'm struggling to even think of things. Well, you wind them up. You say easy opposites basically is what it comes down to. And what's the opposite of left? And then this is the punchline. And they say the opposite of left is right, and you say no. It's like, what do you mean no? The opposite of right is wrong. So that's where the funny thing is. That's where my kids are like, oh, I got you, and it's like, yes, you got me, I got you. So yeah, so the opposite of 6 and 7 is 69. That's not the opposite. I'm just kidding. All right, let's see here. We are the humble servants of Sorrow. When Gorsia reappeared, Sorrow told us to stay here and left for Gorfin. Oh, okay, so we gotta go back to Gorfin. All right, well, we kind of came from Gorfin. This is the inn. 12 bucks? Sure, absolutely. Now I'm kind of worried that I gotta walk back to the ship and get that piece of equipment for Lux so he can hit a little bit harder. These are all they look like all sages. I no longer feel Sorrow's life force. Gorsia indeed might have won. Oh no, that's not good. It may be impossible to defeat Gorsia without the power of the runes. So what they're talking about, if you're just tuning in the first several chapters of the game, we had the quest to go find the 7 runes, and the 7 runes were basically these powerful artifacts. They were consumable, not consumables, but they were items that we could use for healing, for MP, for power up, for defense up, and to travel the world, teleport around. But when we defeated Gorsia in the future, he sent us to the past after he broke all the runes, and it was like, all right, now we're going to get into that kind of Final Fantasy 1 time loop kind of thing. It feels like Gorsia is getting increasingly stronger. You may not be able to defeat him at this point. Oh, well, that's great. That just means I need to level up to like level 50 or something like that. Sorrow once defeated Gorsia using the runes and sealed off Gorsia's dark power in them. However, when Gorsia returned to this world, he cursed the runes so that Sorrow couldn't use them against him. Sorrow had to fight Gorsia with his bare hands. Oh, okay, so that makes sense, I suppose. And this is a really small town. Literally 2 buildings and a bunch of people standing out in robes. Interesting. Sorrow must have known that he wouldn't win this time. That's why he went alone. I feel sorrow's force, though it is feeble. It's coming from the west. He is still alive. We must save him. Alright, so that's our job. That's our job. Okay. Cool. Awesome. So we know where we're going. This was a fun little episode. I do want to sit offline and do a little bit of the grinding, as it were, to get my level up and to make sure I'm equipped for fighting, i.e. going back into the airship and buying Lux's upgraded fist weapon. So we're going to do that. Next episode, I'll probably do the grinding offline, but I'll bring you back in when I walk myself over there to get it, and then we'll come back here. Busy Gamer Dad, like, comment, subscribe. This is our 7th Saga long play. Thank you very much for taking time out of your busy schedule to take a look at this game with me. This is on my wish list to keep beating, or not keep beating, sorry. This is on my wish list to get beaten, because this is a game that I have never beaten before, so it'll be nice to get this off the old ledger. Well, hope to see you in our next episode. Later.